Good morning. It is the last Friday before Thanksgiving. I'm not sure what date it is. 20 something. Anyway, so today it is beautiful here. It is still without snow. Temperature is already in the mid 30s, which is kind of crazy for late November, but I'm going to run with it. I'm doing my first shoot with a tripod, so I apologize for some background noise. Yesterday I picked up a couple of Green Mountain Boxwoods on clearance for 80% off. So these boxwoods are normally $69.99. I paid $14 for them. And I decided to do that because I wanted to put greens in these two pots for the winter season. Greens were about the same price. I decided that it would be less expensive and more sound to put evergreens, because I can use them in spring and summer, or I can even move them out into the landscape. So today I'm just going to take these mums out. I think I'm going to repurpose them in the landscape and see if I can get them to winter over. It's about a 50-50 shot here where I live. Depends on how cold it gets and how much moisture comes in. So I thought while I was doing this, we could chat a little bit about how we can continue to save while we're gardening. So for example, greens are super expensive. You can see that this is already starting to reproduce off of its original plant, which is exciting. Let's see how this one's doing. So I try and do that a lot with things that I choose. In the spring and in the summer, you'll see that the annuals I pick will kind of be either white or in darker colors, so I can move them over to the fall. So I'm not spending a ton, but still getting the fresh looks I'm looking for. Look at that root. That is great. I think these are going to overwinter well. I have a place to put them on the side flower bed, so that'll be great. So this soil is new-ish, but I think we're going to need to take most of it out to create a spot for the boxwood. Do you guys ever do that? Just kind of, I don't know, change out containers? Oh yeah, the mums were really, really well rooted in there. Isn't that funny too? Because they were only in there for like 2 months. I think maybe because of our really tepid weather. So I'm going to put a little bit of biotone. You'll see that I put Espoma biotone in everything. And that's kind of a nod to Laura from Garden Answer. She taught me, or I learned from, I don't know if she taught me directly, but that it's a good idea to fertilize or give everything you're putting in. Well, I don't know if that's going to work. Hold on. That might be too big. Alright, I spared you the agony of watching me trying to figure out how to get it in here. But I know it's a little high. It's at the bottom of the pot, so this will probably just be a winter pot. And in the spring I'll relocate these. So we'll top off with the extra soil, and then I'll probably come back with some greens if I can find. I think I might forage some. I have a couple of pine trees in the backyard, or I have some fake greenery, which, if we're being honest, is a good investment. Because fresh greens are expensive. It's not necessarily ecologically sound either, but that's probably a video for another day. I'll have to get more soil to top this off. But I'll top it off with either greens or pine cones. But yeah, so not bad for $14. The other thing I wanted to show is that this has been sitting in a nursery container for a very long time. So you can see that it is shooting oddly for the sun. So I'm just going to clip these tall parts to make it a little more of a rounded shape. So I cut that off. So not too bad. As promised, I did keep a lot of the leaves in the landscape. After I cut, we did get our leaves picked up. So I've got another pot over here that I'll do the same thing to. And then I put in 3 hydrangeas, which are just largely sticks. Kind of funny. But again, anything I'm getting that inexpensively, I'm popping in the landscape. So tomorrow, my goal is to get the front area done up for Christmas. So I'll try and get a video of that, or I will get a video of that to share. I hope you guys are having a great day.